Alright, today we are going to be testing 3 random kitchen items from Amazon. We're going to be testing the Of Glove. I didn't think that was going to set up like that. We're going to be testing the Ginsu knife. And then last, we're going to be testing an as seen on TV legend, the slap chop. But before we do that, this video is sponsored by Manscaped. So let me tell you about the Manscaped Performance Package 3.0. The two main things are you get the Lawnmower 3.0 and then the Weed Whacker nose and ear hair trimmer. Both of these are rechargeable, they're cordless, they both have skin-safe technology, and the Lawnmower 3.0 even has a little light so that you can see what you're trimming. You can see the skin-safe technology, take the guard off, you won't cut yourself or nick yourself, so it's very nice. And if I didn't already say that they're waterproof, they're waterproof. You will also get a bottle of Crop Reviver Ball Toner. You will also get a bottle of anti-chafing ball deodorant, both very nice. And for a limited time, you will get 2 free gifts. The first one being a leather toiletry bag that is very nice, especially for free. And then the second free gift, you will get a pair of anti-chafing boxer briefs, also very nice. So if you're interested in the Performance Package 3.0, or maybe you just want some crop mop ball wipes, or maybe you need a new razor, or maybe you just want some really nice cologne, you can go to the link in the top of my description and you can use code TUBE and you'll get 20% off plus free shipping. Alright, so before we test this Of Glove, I just want to read you a little thing they have on the back here. This is my favorite one of their claims, by the way. It says, if exposed to an open flame, the outer layer of the glove is flame resistant and does not melt. Does not melt. This glove has silicone to like help you grip stuff. Maybe I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure silicone melts. So I think to make the claim that it does not melt, I think it's kind of a bold claim. So I think you guys understand that the first thing we have to do with this thing is melt it. So we have a cast iron pan here to catch our drippings that I suspect will be there. And then of course we have the blowtorch. Under a normal circumstance, I think this would probably actually be a really decent like oven mitt, but we don't do ordinary circumstances here. So let's just go ahead. Really? Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so that's just the outer layer. I thought that went all the way through. Okay, so maybe we have a little bit more protection than we thought. Yeah, that's what we need in the garage. I should have done this one last. Jeez. That's not good. It just pulls apart. There's a hole right through it. That was like, what, 5 seconds with the blowtorch, maybe? I guess I was gonna say it didn't technically melt, but I guess it depends on what your definition of melt is. Whenever I was thinking melt, I was thinking the silicone would melt and drip off. But it definitely burned straight through it in like 5 seconds. So I guess you could say that it kind of melted through. Although, the blowtorch is probably like, I don't know, probably like 1,000 degrees or something. And it's only rated for 540. So I guess to be fair, our next test will do something more reasonable, I guess, even though I don't really want to. So next, what we'll do is we'll put this cast iron pan on a hot plate and we'll get it up to, I guess I'm gonna try to get it up to 540 degrees and then I'll put my hand on it and see how well it protects me from the heat, I guess. But obviously not with this glove because that one is done. So now's the fun part. Plug in the hot plate. And we just sit here and wait. So we have a change of plans. So like maybe 3 seconds after I turned the cameras off, this thing like shorted out and started like arcing and smoking and stuff. So, and then it like fried itself and it doesn't work anymore. So we're not gonna be able to use this to make the pan hot. So what we'll do is we'll just do this the old-fashioned way. You can see there where it kind of burned the pan. So what we're going to do instead is we are just going to take the blowtorch and we'll use this laser thermometer and we'll see if we can get it up to 500-ish degrees. So we're at about 76 now. So I suspect this is probably going to take a pretty good amount of time. Ooh, we are actually at about 650 degrees. So that's a little bit more than what we bargained for, but I really don't want to get burned. That's why I'm doing my left hand, just in case something happens. I mean, it feels warm. Yeah, the heat kind of soaks up. And I can feel it inside the glove. It actually kind of gets slowly, like, uncomfortably warm. But you can see the silicone kind of like melting off. That's actually really good. And it's still, now it's kind of cooled down to about 400 degrees. Let's get it back up. Oh, yeah, that's 650. All right, I want to see if the silicone will on the fingertips will kind of like rub off. You can see it smokes. Huh. Oh, it's kind of melted a little bit. I can feel a lot of the heat coming into the fingers, but nothing like, what it reminds me of is if you've ever like welded with welding gloves, after you weld something and you pick it up after, you think it's a little bit cooled off and it's not quite cooled off and then your glove kind of soaks up the heat. It kind of reminds me of that, but nothing like, it doesn't hurt. It's nothing uncomfortable. It's definitely doing a lot more than I expected. So as far as being heat resistant, I think it's actually doing a pretty good job. Next thing I want to do with this thing, this is not even something that's advertised. This is just like my own curiosity. I just want to see how cut resistant it is. So first we're going to start off with this knife. This one is not super sharp, but it's pretty sharp. So let's just, oh. Well, oh, look at that. That's that cut right through both layers. So this is not very cut resistant at all. Oh, actually that was. But if we just like, what if we just like, kind of, ooh, right through the first layer. Not really through the second layer. I'm trying to simulate like if you were cutting something and you just like slipped. It would protect you a little bit. Of course, it's not advertised to be cut resistant or anything. Just for fun. Let's break out the razor blade. Oh yeah, right through all the layers, no problem. So, not cut resistant. So obviously this thing is not advertised to be cut resistant. And it's not very cut resistant. But as an oven mitt, I can't say I'm too disappointed. I mean, for any type of for anything you're going to take out of an oven, I think this thing would be great, and I think it would work exactly as advertised. So the oven glove is actually pretty good. Next, we have the Ginsu knife, which, fun fact, I think I read this on like Wikipedia or something. Apparently, Ginsu isn't even really a word, and the people that made this knife just made that word up, make this knife sound more fancy. Why does it have a zip tie on it? All right. Okay. Feels like a good knife. It's nice and polished. I have the sharpness tester here, so we can get a baseline. See where it lands. Ooh, 370 grams. Hopefully you can see that. So 370 grams, that is gonna land us in a category of new high-end cutlery edge. So that's what they claim to be, and so far that's what they are. So now let's go ahead and do a real sharpness test, one that we all understand. Now this knife is in the same category, or at least I would put it in the same category, as the Miracle Blade knives. it's pretty much the same design, same tip and everything. And the Miracle Blade was able to cut a water bottle extremely smooth. So this better be able to do it. All right. I mean, I can't really be upset about that. I think that's pretty much exactly what the Miracle Blade did. So, for starters, we're looking pretty good. So now it's time for the fun part where we get to abuse the knife and we can see how good it holds its edge, which I don't know if I said this in the beginning, but that's the whole thing that we're trying to test here is how much abuse, because that's what the commercial says, is that this knife can be abused over and over and over again, but it like never loses its edge. That's pretty much what we're trying to do here. But in the commercial, they show I don't even know what the guy's name is, but they show him cutting up pop cans as like a demonstration of how sharp or durable the knife is. So I have a few pop cans here. Cut them up. Oh. I did not cut myself, but I felt that was really close. Put on a glove. That is horrible to listen to. I mean, it chews right through them. I'd say that there's probably no way that this blade's not gonna get dull. Okay, well that's 6 pop cans. It's a pretty good start. Next, let's chop some wood, because why not? It's serrated just like a saw, so it should do pretty all right. Actually, that sucks. I would not be replacing your saw with this thing. Alright, I think we just need a little bit more of abuse, and we should be pretty good. Now, I know this part wasn't in the commercial, but this was in the commercial for the Miracle Blade, and that's kind of what I'm comparing this against, is the Miracle Blade. So, in that commercial, they ground the knife on the head of a hammer, so that's what we'll do. So let's see what kind of damage we can do. And find a nice little groove. Oh, that's a nice little groove right there. It's actually pretty deep, especially for a kitchen knife. Alright, so right there is a pile of metal shavings, so I feel like that's pretty good for grinding on a hammer. And now just one more test, just in case we haven't abused it enough. Let's go ahead and grind on a cinder block a little bit. I mean, why not? Alright, I think it's fair to say that this knife has had a fair bit more of abuse than it would see in probably any kitchen ever. So we'll call that good. Now we got the sharpness tester back out. We started off at, I believe, 370. Let's see how much damage the blade has took. I'm gonna go ahead and guess. If we were at 370 to begin with, I'm gonna say that we're probably at 670 now. Yikes. Yikes. We are now at 2,000. I don't remember off the top of my head what the Miracle Blade did, but I do not think that it went from 370 to 2,000. Let's do that test again on another part of the knife, just to see. Yee. It's not looking good. $1,800. So, ooh. So you can see that 1,800. Okay, so 2,000 or over 2,000, which is what we got to begin with. 2,000 puts us at the common butter knife. Apparently that tells you how much sharpness we lost. And then the second test with 1,810 in the range of an edge that is broken or torn from blade. So the Ginsu knife is not really holding up that great. So let's go ahead and do another water bottle test and see if it can cut it. For some reason, I have an odd amount of faith that this will still work, because the points of the serrations, or not the points, the like valleys of the serrations, I feel like they're still, I don't know, I just feel like they're not as dull as the sharpness tester showed. So what? I mean, I expected it to cut it in half, but I didn't think it was going to do it the same way that it did before. We went from 370 to 2000 on the sharpness tester. Let's do that again. I mean, that was a little sloppier, but I mean, it still sliced it clean in half. I don't really know. I guess scientifically speaking, if you look at the sharpness tester results, it's as sharp as a butter knife, but if you actually go to cut something with it, it still appears to be just as sharp as it was to begin with. I don't really know where to go with this one. Kind of good, still, maybe? I don't know. All right, now it's time for the item that I'm the most excited for, the slap chop, which I just noticed is promoted by the same guy that does the ShamWow, that same weird, creepy guy. So let's see what we got in here. That's it. Instructions. You guys know what we do with those. Throw those off to the side. We don't need those. This side up. Make sure plastic guard is right position with tab facing up. So this, we're just supposed to... Really? I got some carrots here. See if this thing works as advertised. Really? Oh, maybe you just gotta really hit it. Oh, I think I might see the appeal now. If you wanted, like, I mean, I don't know who eats carrots to begin with, but if you wanted some diced carrots. Yeah, put more on there. I think I like this thing. I don't have any use for this, and I don't dice up any food that I eat, but this thing is really cool. Now, there was a couple, what I thought were pretty bold claims that the guy was advertising whenever he was showing this thing. He had a whole, I guess this is a clove of garlic. I've never worked with garlic. I don't know how this stuff works. He had a full thing of garlic, and he hit it once or twice with this, and then he showed that the skin just peeled off of it. So I want to see if that's true. You know what? Maybe he only had half. Let's go ahead. Maybe let's not slam it. I think I just made that so much worse. Let's just go ahead, whole thing. I mean, it kind of came off. So you could take that off and then just kind of, right? I think that works the way it's supposed to. Let's try that again. I have another thing of garlic. Let's gently cut this one in half. Man, garlic is weird. Then let's cut that in half. Let's see if we can. I mean, that kind of worked again. That's not too bad. Say you wanted some minced garlic. That's a lot of fun. And there you go. There's your minced garlic and carrot pieces. Maybe this thing does work the way it's supposed to. Ooh, there's another piece of garlic. Next, he showed that you could do the same thing with onions. I think we can do it this way. Yeah, let's put that there. Let's go ahead and cut this one. Oh, that's a nice one. All right, let's see if we can separate these from the skins. I got two different onions because I don't know what the difference is, so. That might be a little bit too big of an onion. Maybe we'll have to go smaller. Try just a little small piece of onion. Maybe we'll go this way. Okay. Oh, look at that. The skin does seem to peel off really easy. So that's another win. Let's go ahead and try this other onion just because. All right, put that there. Oh. That one doesn't quite work the same. That's kind of chopped the whole thing up together. If you're gonna get a slap chop, it'll work with these type of onions, but not these type of onions. I don't know what the difference is because I don't eat onions. Now I want to clean this thing before I do my final test, and it's supposed to all just come. Oh, maybe that's what this was. Oh, that's gonna be super easy to clean. That won't take any time at all. So I will be right back. All right, our slap chop is all clean, and let me tell you, this cleaning process, super easy. Took like 1 minute to have this thing clean, to take it apart, clean it, and put it back together. So that's a huge plus. So this next test, this is something that I saw in the commercial that I just didn't really believe was gonna work. Now that I've used it, I kind of think this is probably gonna work. But the guy took just regular mixed nuts. That might be a little too much. But he just took some mixed nuts and put them in the cap, and then put this in there, and he just was able to turn them into basically like a powder. Oh yeah, that's gonna work no problem. Look at that. That's actually perfect. Look at that. Powdered nuts. That's actually, and that's fine too. And you could keep going and make it even finer. So if you were gonna have like ice cream or something, you could sprinkle that on top or whatever you want. I actually like this thing. I think this thing is really good. It wasn't that expensive. It was maybe $20. It works great. It's easy to clean. I legitimately don't have any complaints with this thing. Other than I wish I had a use for it. But unless this is gonna make my dino chicken nuggets taste better, I don't really have a use for something like this. It's cool and I like it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.